Hey guys, welcome back. It's Grimreaper coming at you for another video for Raidshadowlegends. Hopefully you're doing well, and hopefully you're looking after yourselves and having a great start to the weekend. Friday, a couple of beers, and hopefully you would just enjoy putting your feet up or whatsoever. A little bit of easy weekend coming in before we get busy again with the Christmas season and Plarium. I've got a lot of work in and stacked for us today. I wanted to go over a topic today which I kind of feel that Plarium need to look at, and something that they need to kind of touch upon. And it's a bit of a disappointment because we did find a spot for this kind of thing. And as you probably know from the thumbnail, I'm talking about single target nukes and multi-hitter nukes, right? Obviously, there was a load of nerfs to Hydra, a load of reworking, whatever they want to call that type of shenanigans. And today I've done some testing, not just today, but over the past week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I've been testing out like multiple multi-hitters, and obviously I've made a lot of videos on like multi-hitters and single target nukers who do a great job in what they do. And today I've gone out and tested cruetraxa in hard hydra, and honestly it is a disgrace on like how much damage hers dropped, and the damage and the build is pretty insane. It's a very strong build. So I'm going to drive us through the hydra run. It's a regular hydra team you guys face. This is on hard difficulty because normally attack based nukers are better for that. And obviously I do a lot of takeovers and stuff like that, so I kind of wanted to figure, is it better to go towards the single target nukers because of the passives, etc., against AoEs, and obviously max enemy HP not being that great on hard, better on brutal and nightmare, as we know. But I wanted to do some testing because cruetraxa, Ronda, Quintus are always fantastic champions for Hydra for DPS, especially for hard and normal, and it's not seen to be the case no more. The case is that damage has dropped specifically. I think the only one that hasn't really been included in that, and that's just because it's an absolute beast anyway, and that's going to be Turvolt. And we did test Turvolt 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, which I'll ping along here somewhere, and you guys can go check that out. Turvolt really surprised me, right? But the damage is specifically lower. So we're going to go into the Hydra run. I'm going to break down the team and kind of explain my thoughts about it and why we do these type of mechanics for the Hydra. Try and help you understand the team synergy of the team, which is the most important bit when we're building for anything for Raid, Arena, Hydra, new clan boss, normal clan boss, etc. is team synergy. So we're going to go into that. We're going to go full depth, and then I'll let you guys watch the run, and then we'll come back and show you the builds. The build is absolutely insane build. Let's get into it. Okay, so this is the team that we're using. Obviously, we have touches for speed lead, reviver, the veils, the block buffs, increase attack, all of it really to kind of do what she is. She's in here to counter Torment from the fear and the true fear that he does, and then obviously the provoke from Wrath, and then bits and bobs like poison as well, or like the weaken, etc. from that. Chris is obviously in here to deal with mischief, to lock down DK through the provoke, AoE decrease speed to allow us to do more damage, increase speed, decrease attack for Wrath and Suffering, so for Wrath and Torment, who are the hard hitters. And then obviously we have Lydia in here to do defense down and weaken, bring that block buff as well on the single ability, which is only needed for hard. And then she's obviously in here to do some damage as well. She is a +4 fully awaken. Why not? If you can get stats, you can get it. We have Timisu in here. Obviously, she counters a poison cloud, does insane damage. And then we have our mythical in here, just in here for raw DPS. So I thought we're throwing cruetraxa. Why not? She looks pretty good for this style of team. And this team is very auto-friendly, so you definitely could build something similar to this. And it's very strong. Also, we got Lydia in here for the speed up as well throughout this, and also strengthen helps with survivability. So that is pretty much what we're thinking. Cruetraxa is a single target nuker, so she's easy to control with with like the true fear, etc. As you can also remove debuffs, like for example, we do remove sufferings, the reflection, and also wrath as well. So I'm gonna let this team run. I'm gonna put this on like speed this up a little bit. We'll play some music. You guys can enjoy the music, and then we can see the damage, and you can see why I'm not too impressed, and also why I'm saying Plarium really need to considerably buff single target and multi-hitters, because there is not a spot for them in this game right now. There's like one or two champions that do have a spot, like a Rodus or whatever, because they have the extra turns, or there's like Phantom Shogun, and that's about it for certain of them. Anyway, let's go into it and run it, and then we'll come back at the end, and then you guys can go and check that out. So we have Timisia coming in with 106 million, which is pretty nice. We have obviously our mythical coming in with 135 million, which is insane. And then we have Lydia coming in with 55 million. And then only Cruetraxa taking 77 million. Now, I did a champion showcase on her in Hydra, I think it was in Brutal or Nightmare, where her damage was way more considerably higher. And the build was probably not as good, right? This build is way better. I've got more base stats from the Great Hall and just not doing nothing. It really is a disappointment. Cruetraxa, a +2, 2-star awakening, should be doing way more than this. And you would say, hey, Grim, it's your build. Like, your build is not that great. And it just sucks, right? Well, let's have a look at the build then, and we can decide for that for ourselves. We have got Savage, we have got Cruel. Most of it is Ascended. And you can see here, we're coming in with quite a lot of stats. We've also got bonuses. So we're coming in with speed of 254 speed. We're obviously coming in with attack of 7,542. And then we're coming in with critical damage of 324. And they were also coming in of a 20% ignore defense here as well. That is a pretty nutty build. Most people won't be able to achieve the stats like this. Yes, I can make it a bit better for sure with like Merciless, or I can probably get a bit more stats on this if I wanted. I could definitely pump up the attack if I want to move a bit more gear around. There's a lot of oil that can come in, but to only get 77 million with this type of build is pretty poor, to be honest. Okay, the blessings not great. The blessings should be like cruelty or something, but you know, doesn't really have that much of an impact overall. And then again, the masteries are aimed at the finite again, wouldn't have the same impact because we did do these masteries, this build. I think it's actually the same build that we did for the champion showcase before all the nerfs, etc. So player will need to really look at this and kind of think of a way now to how do we bring in single target nukers into this game, because there's a lot of good ones. They just don't get into the arena meta. And how do we bring in multi-hitters? Multi-hitters is exactly the same as well. Obviously, there is one or two exceptions like mythicals, etc. We're not talking about mythicals. We're talking about legendaries, good legendaries, because Cruetraxa is a good champion. She hits really hard, right? She's very solid against lockout, etc. Obviously, her survivability sucks a little bit. Won't deny that. Revive on death is not enough. Definitely think that extra turn is pretty useful. I think like this needs to be a multi-hitter. I think this kind of is fine, to be fair. And then maybe some type of passive ability as well to kind of help her out. But there is many of the single target nukers, like Little Miss Annie, for example. Little Miss Annie was only recently buffed, and she probably came into meta for like 2-3 days, and she just then only gets used on Phantom Shogun, right? And that's about it. So it's a bit disappointing, and player and do need to do something about that. Anyway, that's it from me today. I just wanted to kind of nip this in the bud and I guess kind of show you guys my experience with single target nukers and multi-hitters right now, and I'm not pretty impressed. I've tested Quintus, etc. Yeah, just not impressed at all. That's it from me today. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I've been Grim. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.